So we are now recording the March 22nd, 2019 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So because we're in the thick of tax season and this is really, really crunch time, we're going to start with Dennis and a funny video.
All right, Dennis, get us laughing.
Oops. Got the wrong place.
Wrong place.
That's not the funny part. Let's see.
You're not being funny yet, Dennis?
You're bad. We're like a bunch of siblings.
Accountant's porn.
It's being recorded and then going on YouTube.
Can you see this guy on a skateboard?
Yes.
Okay.
A brief history of this horrific tweet.
Oh, okay.
You
in the water.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God.
Jumps a little puddle and look
What you
at
call a butterfly effect.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The umbrella
That didn't help him at all.
Yeah.
What
So,
happened?
At least he could swim.
yeah, I mean, what a way to end a life
I would have sunk to the bottom.
trauma like that. Jeez.
That talks about, that just ruined your whole day. Wherever it was he was going and whatever he was going to do, he isn't anymore.
Or it was the best day ever, because imagine all the stories he could tell.
That's
What
true.
are the odds of
But
something like that?
nah, I wouldn't want to do it sopping wet.
Have you guys had it?
How many people have seen that video where the guy goes into the deli to buy a sandwich and the guy tells him, well, we don't really know till we make it because it's $60 an hour, you know, and they go through the whole, Michelle's.
Nice.
It's a hamburger. It's a hamburger. It's an excellent video. I love that video. It's a hamburger.
We'll have to find it and put the link up.
Funny.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
All righty. On to more serious stuff now. Miss Sara Laidlaw. We get a sneak peek?
Sneak peek. I have a new version of TBX that I'm about to release as soon as I finish testing. You see my screen?
Mhm.
And here you go. So I kept it really clean, but what I've done, what I've added is you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Got it.
And I'm trying to slow down the support calls because people call when they don't read the little book.
Yes.
So I added things like this. So I added a little help. And ta-da!
Nice.
And this is new. We click test connection. It'll tell you what the company name is, if it's accrual or cash basis, and the beginning of the fiscal year, because that always trips people up.
Yep.
And the new export is the IIF journal entry. So if you're starting a new data file, boom, ready to go. Other than that, I mean, it's still does the same thing. It's just, I think it's going to be a lot cleaner and a lot simpler.
Easier to use.
It's the fastest, easiest way to.
Fastest, easiest way to, oh, what was my spiel?
And you practiced it.
I did.
To do what? To do what? To do what? Derek, come on.
It's the fastest, easiest way to create a brand new QuickBooks file.
Right.
There you go.
Very nice.
Anyway.
Especially when it's teamed up with Vendor Sync to process the newer transactions.
Right.
Oh, drop the mic.
I know. That was good, Matt.
The fastest, easiest way to.
Turn around and look on your sign.
Oh no. That's bad, Sarah.
You need to be able to fix that out. Fix it, fix it.
Sarah, it's sticky note on the screen, so you'll just have it right there for you.
Yeah, I have little stickies of stupid stuff I can't remember. No.
We're all friends here. Go ahead. Pitch us.
This is why I'm a better accountant than marketing person.
All righty. We're going to move on to our next subject. Linda Russell.
Yes, well, I listened to a pricing webinar yesterday. Oh, accountants making their pricing in that. And it was with Michelle Long on the QB Power Hour yesterday. And one of the things was not raising your prices annually. So I do raise my prices annually, but all of a sudden yesterday morning, I got the feeling, you know, raising it $4 an hour every year, that's a little low. So I decided I'm going to go up to $20 an hour every year now. And the other thing is, she mentioned about a lot of people don't offer 3 packages. Now, I don't do bookkeeping and I don't do accounting, so that's one reason why I tend not to think of basic kind of thing. But I do setup of new data files in that, and so, or setting up from scratch. And I want to have 3 packages, but it will be in the support level. So I'm needing to find out too, and I'm wondering where a good place to go look was different ways people name their support packages, because I want to name them. And I just thought diamond, gold, and silver is so ho-hum. So anyway, just looking for some ideas for that. How do other people do it?
So when you're talking support packages, are you talking about for people to get in touch with you after you've done or while you're working with them?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so support package could be email only.
Okay.
Or it could be email and phone, and then the time you get back to them.
Okay, now what was the second thing you said?
The second thing I said, email by phone support.
Oh, phone support. Got it. Email, phone. And then what about text? That would be another way, right?
That would be up to you. Yeah.
That would be however you want to handle it. And then timing. Like emails will get back to you in a day, phone calls, half a day, or you can
100 hours, a day, 2 days.
correct. Or
Got
the elite package,
And then
instant access.
how about how many hours or how often can they call in a month? Like,
Yeah, because right now, the way I have it is everybody gets, anytime they have a question, they can call me on the phone, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. How's that?
wow.
I know.
That's pretty awesome, Linda.
Well, most people do not use it. There's times when it's handy. I hardly do a lot of phone support, but it is handy, especially if my thought was if somebody's trying to do something, I'd really rather have them call me to confirm that the way they're trying to do it is correct, rather than have them do it wrong for a day or two. And then I get back to them and say, oh, I thought, you know, they've done it.
Right.
I actually do the same thing. I have it just for QuickBooks Online, and I do one that is just unlimited support, and the backup is that if they have program problems, I'll jump in with the elite level, and that one I charge like $125 a month for, and then I do a plus version where I'll actually review their file at year end. That's included, and that's $175 a month. So I'm cheaper than QuickBooks Live, and you'll get me live on the phone, and you'll get actually me anytime. There's no restrictions. It's just when I'm awake. I mean, obviously in my wording and my stuff, it says, you know, I do sleep. So, you know, you're not going to catch me at 3 o'clock in the morning, but, you know, I return the calls and answer the questions when I can. And like Linda said, it's funny. I reach out to them just to let them know I'm still here. But a lot of times you don't hear from them very often, but it's just that security blanket and knowing they have a pro that they're going to be able to talk to, and they don't have to call QuickBooks into it.
Right. Well, that's one of the reasons why I say you want to use somebody like myself or yourself, is because that we'll have the answer already, because we called a long time ago regarding that, and we've helped a lot of people with it.
Yeah.
But I also tell my people that, of course, I don't have QBO people, so I guess all the QBO people automatically have access to the support. But and I found QBO support great for me when I've had to use it. So it's time consuming. But yeah, I like that idea. That sounds like a great idea. Thank you, Lynn.
I'll send you all the desktop ones.
Great.
I know desktop, but I just not. And when you're not in the program enough, I'm not in it enough. I always feel rusty when I go back to it because I'm not in it enough. And QuickBooks Online is always
about a minute, and then you're right back to where you were.
Yeah, well, sometimes, but sometimes I feel, well, plus the lady I work with is in 2014, so I have to go back to the Wayback Machine when I go there. So it's a little bit, it's not the newest one, you know.
You got to get her to upgrade and do the sale through our IRP.
She doesn't use any services, so she'll never upgrade until it breaks completely.
I automatically tell them, you got to upgrade.
Matt will get a kick out of this. I asked a woman that I thought was his sister if she would be my friend on Facebook. And I said, are you his sister or his younger sister? And I got an answer back saying, oh, that's so funny, I'm his mother.
Oh, now you're her best friend.
I love that. That's so cool.
That's nice.
I'm going to take that as a compliment from my mom.
That's how. That was for your mom, Matt.
I know. She's, you know what? I am the way I am because of her. I'm very, very fortunate, and I love her very much.
Got it.
Now we all know who to blame.
Exactly.
Well, my guess is his father had something to do with it, and he's making choices himself.
My dad's the one who built all the character in me, so it's fun.
Who's next?
All righty. So Larry's going to tell us what's happening with Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, I noticed, on the tech websites, the tech news websites, they listed that Facebook, I guess, I don't know how many millions, they left users' passwords listed in clear text. So they were, clear text. So it's not encrypted.
No.
And
it was for their internal engineers, but then it was how many engineers? Like thousands?
Yeah.
So initially I thought, okay, you got to just change your password. But I dug in a little deeper, and some of the tech sites are saying, hey, you better make sure you change the password on all your devices, even though they're all supposed to sync.
Yeah.
So especially like your phone and your computer, you better do them both and make sure that.
But don't they ask you when you change, like if you change your password to Facebook, doesn't it ask you on this device only or on all?
Mm-hmm.
And then it logs me out, because I always say on all, and it logs me out of anywhere that I'm at. So on any device of when I go back on it, then I have to put my new password in.
Maybe that went so fast that I missed it, because I know I had, when I went to my phone, it still had the old password on it.
It still worked?
Yeah, seemed to.
Why would you want different passwords?
I wouldn't.
Why would it let you have different passwords?
No, I think it doesn't. I think it doesn't log you out. Like Gina said, it logs you out. Doesn't log you out. So you have to actually log out of all devices and then log back in all devices, so that all of them are the same. I think it's
unless you have the settings. Unless you have the settings, like in my case, I've been careful with Facebook for years. So whenever I log out, it logs out of all of my desktop, my Chrome, my tablet, my phone. So I'm constantly having to log into Facebook on purpose because of things like this. So you actually can have a setting where it'll log you out of all your devices.
Okay, that clears it up.
Yeah.
And I always have to do a code generator every time. So like if I'm going between devices, it's kind of annoying, but now I'm happy, I guess, right? It will make me have to do a 6-digit code.
Right.
I have that too. Yep.
Yeah, so do I. That's a must-have, I think, for Facebook these days.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
Learn something.
True.
All right, sounds like everybody's on board with it, and maybe it'll help somebody that
Thanks
listens.
for the heads up, because I had.
That's a good.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. And I guess these days, Facebook and being hacked is like so common that
Anonymous.
it floats right by and I don't even get it.
Yeah, Larry, this is Mariette. There was actually a video going out when that happened, I think early last week. I don't really share all those videos. It's annoying when people share them to me. I probably should have shared this one on our private group though, where there was a guy, he was a super tech guy, like a well-known tech person that was doing a live video about this, like telling people like, this is what you have to do. You have to, get out of all of your logins and then re-log in with you don't have to have a new password for each login. You just have to have a new password and re-log into all of your devices. But what was interesting is that he was on a call with a lady that was trying to do that, but someone had already hacked her account.
Oh.
So yeah, and so basically, and he was live. He was literally like live on the phone because she was like a caller into his show, and she's like, I'm trying to log out to set up all my logins, but someone in that gap already hacked my account and won't let me change my password.
Oh.
So he had hacked in that short period. That's how actually I heard about that same thing too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
pretty
it is.
Wait a minute. This has been going, but this has been out for a week?
A week. Yeah, a week.
Right.
Because I heard about it last weekend.
The tech news site that I looked at said a day ago. So it'd have been 2 days ago, actually. But okay.
Oh, hopefully it didn't happen again then. Oh my gosh. I know because I had to reset my password, and I believe it was last weekend, like during the weekend, like Sunday or somewhere around there. So it's been a few days. It's been more than sure. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody change your passwords in Facebook.
Yes.
Alrighty. Matt, you found something cool.
Yeah, so I have different computers, obviously one in my home office and one in my office, and I don't have the same like video editing software in both places. So sometimes like when Linda and I are making videos, I need to try to quickly edit something or put together. Right now I'm doing a video for a specific client, and I found out that in Windows 10, like the newer setup on it, they actually have a video editor inside of it now.
So is this a feature that you have to download?
No, it was,
It's already
it
there?
may be, I'm not exactly, I don't know why I have it, but I do. It was like if I go into my, window here and I come in, it's under video editor.
Okay, cool.
Well, that would be where you would expect to see it, under video editor.
Yeah, they used to have a Windows movie editor or something of that nature.
Right. Very
so
cool.
that was a little different. And one thing that a lot of people may not know is inside of Microsoft PowerPoint, you can actually do a screen recording straight from this. If you go insert and then do screen recording, you can create a video using a program you already have. And then if you took that, you could then edit it with this program. And now, again, there are better tools, but it's a cost-effective way to kind of get the job done.
Well, I think let me add into that. If you go back to PowerPoint, the thing that I love about PowerPoint is you can do a screen clip. Obviously, there's a lot of ways to do a screen clip, but pulling a screenshot into PowerPoint is very powerful as well.
Yeah.
I use Snag it myself, but
I love PowerPoint. I think I've told just about everybody here how much I basically do everything that most people use, like Adobe Photoshop. I do it all in PowerPoint. I find it's an easy way to make modifications, play with images, do layers, and then I can save each PowerPoint file as like a work in progress, so I can go back to it. Especially if I'm making, like I'm doing a longer tutorial right now for QuickBooks online projects. So every time I do screenshots and I'm framing them up and doing the little numbers or the yellow boxes, I find it easy to do that stuff using PowerPoint. But this now is the video editor, and you can basically come in, you can add your photos, your videos. I have just grabbed these two great stills right here to put together for the video. And it has some extra features where you can do 3D things on it. I was just messing with it to kind of display it. But you can do the text that pops up and over, and that'll go away at some point.
Matt's face turned into breaking news.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I understand. So you said using in other apps. So in other words, like if you were doing that, you were showing us how you can do a recorded screen in PowerPoint, but you're saying you'd have to have a video app like Camtasia or something else for it to work, or will it work without that?
It'll work without it, but if you want the ability to then go back and edit it, for example, when I was recording this one, I messed up in the middle, so I had to stop the recording, and that way I could just trim it down, trim the two pieces, and then squeeze them together real quick.
You don't want to edit it.
Yeah. So with PowerPoint, they don't really give you a lot of controls inside of PowerPoint to modify videos, but you could record. You could use PowerPoint to record your desktop, then save that, and then pull it into this video editor and use the video editor to do minor changes like the 3D effects. They do different motion zoom-ins and zoom-outs.
But at a simple form, I just want to make sure, because this is really cool. You can use PowerPoint to record a video if you have no other app?
Yeah, that's one of the first things I did. So I will come into here. What I'd always do is I'd go new slide, just because I like having a blank and they come free anyways. So insert, screen recording, and now the screen is changing, obviously, right? I can select the area that I want and whether I want audio or not, and hit record. So now it's going to do a quick countdown, and this is now going to be recording anything I do here. Let that play for a quick second, and then I could come back in and I'm sorry?
It works like Snagit. This could be the option of someone that doesn't want to get Snagit.
Exactly.
Oh, cool. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure. So there you go. Now it starts playing the video. If I was recording the audio, it would do that as well, of course. And now what's kind of neat, of course, like anything else, you can resize it. So you can actually do this. You can import videos into PowerPoint as well and make your whole presentation, have it set up through animation where once you go to the slide, a video will start too. But yeah, there's some really, really neat stuff. So the video part of it, again, if I wanted to change coloring on all of this, I could. I can do they've got some different 3D effects. They've got some motion effects. They've got quite a few different cool things. You can change the ratio or the look of it. So you can make it so it's prepared for social media a little bit faster. If I go export to share, let's do best for sharing online. And it's going to squeeze the pieces together, populate it, and you'd be ready to go. Save it either to a cloud source or on the computer, and then you can go and upload it.
Does it save it as an MP4?
Yes, it will. Yeah.
Okay.
I found actually when I've done the upload to YouTube is faster, like way faster.
Nice. Can you start with Zoom?
Yes. So I did actually, these videos that I'm playing with right now, I used Zoom to record them. I almost always use Zoom for every video now because I love what you have the ability to do with it. Obviously, this is still running, but with Zoom, when I do recordings, it will record my desktop share completely independent. Then it will also record me and anybody else that is recording with me independent, but it will also show the desktop share and then me in the corner if I wanted. So when I'm creating most of the videos that Linda and I do, we'll have the desktop share there, and then I will do multiple layers in a different program. This doesn't do layers, but I'll use multiple layers where we've got the desktop, and then we overlay the images of Linda and I when we're talking, and we can, if I do two of them, I can break them apart and we can each have our own, and I can move them around if I need to. Because how many times do you do a video, it's an explainer video, you put your images somewhere, and all of a sudden what you need to show is right where your images are at, right?
That would be every time.
Can you make like a frame and pretty up the outside too? Would that pull into the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could do our lower thirds, Sarah.
Yes.
Matt, you have to do a class on this. This is like really cool stuff, FYI.
There's some really cool, I've been playing with a lot more of the video green screen stuff to where we could actually have green screen behind. I could do a lower third right in front of me also. So you can have layers on even what your webcam is showing out. And it's pretty neat. Like, I'll be happy to show you guys maybe next week or something.
Cool. Awesome.
Let me see if I can, there we go.
So that was part 1. We'll have part 2 next week.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
well, I don't know that, like, that's, again, it's kind of good for beginners, somebody who's just starting to do video and needs very basic capabilities. So I like it because I can use it here.
That would be me. Okay, so we still have a little bit of time. Do we want to talk about Licio? Yes, no, maybe? We've got some people that are trying it out.
Well, Sarah's been.
Licio and ClickUp to get married.
I know, right? Right?
What would happen?
I want client facing to be like Licio, and I want internal to be ClickUp.
What's Klingo?
Click up.
Click up?
Click up. We're looking at it with Seth this morning and then last Friday. So
Yeah, he's apparently doing a series on it now.
Like a
I
4-part.
want them to, I'm just starting with Licio. One of the things I do want them to add is also a scheduler. When my clients want to do a remote session.
Like a
I like that.
Yeah, to have like Calendly. And I've been talking to Chris about that, and he says that they might roll something out in the next few months. Who knows? But I think that would be awesome because I really want everything in one place. And that way, when my clients want to have a meeting, they could just go and schedule it through Licio like they would in Calendly.
That would be nice. And then if we could make it a Zoom meeting too, that would be even better.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Hey, Linda, if you ever talk to anybody over there, Chris,
Always.
message them.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, you too.
Yeah.
Good too.
I'll ask for
I
it.
love that idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in my little mind. I like having a different platform for my back of the office stuff separate from my client stuff. I just like that. It's just for my brain. It's siloed into that. So
I think you're right. Having that separation. What was the thing this week with somebody said that in QBO they went to undo a bank rec?
Oh, I saw that.
Other clients' bank rec is. I'm like,
Oh.
how can that possibly happen?
We know.
what's happening to me. I've been working on this big, huge payroll, Intuit payroll file, and I haven't invited the clients in, and I go and I log in to run payroll with Intuit payroll with me, the onboarding team, and lo and behold, there's my name, there's my son's name, right there. There's my bank account. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm struggling with
me
this.
out.
That is not okay.
It was scary. It happened to me too. I was training a new client how to run their first payroll, and when I clicked workers, my pay and my name came up from my company file. They saw what I pay myself. I clicked out of it really fast because once you click on anything else, it pulls you out and it boots you right back to your own homepage, and then you have to go back into the client file. But very scary. So anybody, hopefully people watching this will be aware of that could possibly happen. And I was like, I was taken aback, and then it happened to staff.
QBO payroll, or there's two different
QBO full service payroll. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I'm so grateful the team was on with me. I mean, we've been working hard together to set this rather large file, kind of complicated. It's taken my whole week pretty much. And yesterday we were on together, and I happened to just say this verbally, and lo and behold, boom, there it is. And then we go into look at like the bank account stuff, and there's my bank account number. And I'm like,
it booted you back to your own file is what I think is happening, because it's been happening a lot, booting me right out and putting me back in. But it actually booted you right back to the same window. So it brings you right into, if you're in workers, it brings you to workers. If you're in the bank, it brings you to the bank.
No, mine, when I was doing the account preferences with her and that came up, I didn't even touch my mouse. It just like immediately pushed me out. And then she was helping me a lot. She went in and she was trying to update some stuff that wasn't available to me for some reason. She couldn't figure that out. And So anyways, we're working together. It's been a labor of love, I guess you could say.
Not a great experience. But yeah, so if anybody has that happen, get a screenshot because we both went to, oh, you did good.
I did.
Because it's like you click one little thing and it's gone. So you have to catch it real fast. But, you know, and then go into feedback and let them know because that's not good.
Not cool.
Yeah, pretty scary feeling. Yeah. So anyways, but to the point of what I was addressing earlier, I just, something about it, Sarah, like you were saying, I like it separate. So, because I know myself, I'll forget to attach something in an email, or I'll attach the wrong thing to the wrong thing.
That's scary that you can do that so easily anyway.
You can, and that's my only thing. It's like, wait, am I in the client one or am I in the back office one? And
Sorry.
Hi,
My dog.
That's dog.
Oh, it's a dog. I'm like, what is?
No, it's me.
Oh,
That's the noise I make when I send the wrong thing to the wrong person.
I should have done that just 5 minutes ago. No.
And didn't your mama get some nice present today?
Oh,
Hearing?
yes.
What?
Oh, look at it. She ran right to get it.
Okay, I surprised because of our hard week. I did this for my mom today. I went to the store and this is our grocery
It's a
store.
pot too.
So
Very nice.
I know I got the best job. One of three. Me. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No,
Yeah, if you guys ever go to a conference, the best thing you can do is hang out with Sarah and her mom. It's like the best thing in the world. But if you want like the dream, it's Sarah, her mom, and her mom's sister. Oh,
Well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to blow our minds next year because they're all coming.
they are. They promise. They promise.
Nice.
So it's a party. Just hanging out is a party.
All righty. Well, I think we're going to end on that note. So we will see you all same time, same place next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye.